On this episode of Living the Dream, Captain Jimmy Nelson travels to Costa Rica for a stay at Crocodile Bay. After exploring the rainforest, he takes to trolling the waters for an incredible day of fishing action. Living the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson is brought to you by Salt Life. Live salty.
Good fish. Man, what a fish. Wow. Doesn't get any better than Baja.
This is awesome.
What I'm talking about.
Voz de la guitarra mía. Al despertar la mañana, quiero cantar la alegría de mi tierra mexicana. Yo le canto.
After waking up and having breakfast at Crocodile Bay, Louise and I walked down the long dock behind the property down to the boat where we were meeting our captain and mate.
Talismanes del amor de mis amores. México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti.
After loading our gear on the boat, Louisa and I got ready to take off for a day of offshore fishing. You're just basically seeing the mountains falling right into the ocean. As we were running offshore, we spotted a turtle in the water, so I grabbed my rod with the popper on it and decided to go up front on the bow and make some casts. We spotted a dolphin under it, and maybe about 2 pops into it, the dolphin came out and nailed the lure. Oh! Oh, there it is! Woo! Hooked up right there! Got a couple jumps out of the dolphin, but then it made a run towards the front of the boat and it ended up pulling the hook. Oh, it came off! Doggone it! Since we saw a dolphin there, we figured there were fish in the area. So we put those high seas teasers out in the water and got our trolling lures ready to try to troll up some dolphin. And then a dolphin came up and nailed one of those lures. Got him! Woo-hoo-hoo! Hooked up! There he is! Yeah, he's running. He's about to wrap that other line. Welcome back to another episode of Living the Dream. We're out here today in Costa Rica at Crocodile Bay Resort, and we're gonna see what we can catch offshore. We actually had 7 different lures out. A few of them didn't have hooks in them, just using them as teasers. That's one of the things I love about Costa Rica is that there's always big dolphin and tuna here, and the fishery here is very nice because there's not as much pressure as there is other places in the world. Wow, he's taking off. Go forward, he's deep, he's in front of us, go forward. In the props, in the props. Nope, he's out, he's out, he's out. Lots of obstacles here. He's about to jump. Oh, yes! Woo! Oh! And that's why we fish for dolphin right there. So I started working that dolphin close to the boat and got a really good look at him, and I could tell it was a big fish, and I definitely didn't want this one to pull the hook. Oh, he's coming up again. There he goes. And then we got it within gaffing range, and the mate gaffed it and pulled it in. When you gaff a dolphin and pull it in the boat, they go absolutely crazy. On the C&H Kona Classic, can't even hold on to him. This thing fought all the way in, and he's still fighting in the boat. Wow, see if I can give you a look at him. What a monster. Woo! They know how to grow them in Costa Rica.
We'll be back for more Living the Dream right after the break. Living the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson is made possible by Salt Life. Live salty. Sea Deck. Your boat deserves Sea Deck. C&H Lures. Be a winner with C&H Lures. Yozuri. Fish the best. Angle Coolers. The original high-performance cooler. And by Cressy. Since 1946. After exploring the lively grounds of the Crocodile Bay Resort, Captain Jimmy and Louisa made way for a day of trolling just off the coast of beautiful Costa Rica. Spotting an unsuspecting bull, Jimmy casts a popper from the bow and hooks up.
Oh, there it is! Woo! Hooked up right there.
This dolphin spit the hook.
Oh, it came off! Doggone it. Since we saw a dolphin there, we figured there were fish in the area.
But another made up for it with a gymnastic display.
Hooked up! When you gaff a dolphin and pull it in the boat, they go absolutely crazy. And that's why they call them a slammer too, is because they will sit there and slam their head and tail on the boat. And that is what put our first dolphin in the boat of the trip. Woo! I'm ready for a good week out here in Costa Rica. So after getting that dolphin on ice, we went ahead and got the lures ready and put them out again. We saw a sailfish come up in the spread and start slapping one of the lures around, so I grabbed the rod with a pitch bait on it and pitched it out behind the boat. That sailfish grabbed that live bait right away and just started peeling out line. And that sailfish kept going and kept jumping and doing flips and turning around and just going crazy behind the boat. And now we got a sailfish hooked up on the spinning reel. We have 80-pound Yozuri top knot leader on there. That sailfish ended up wrapping himself. I could tell I was kind of pulling it in sideways just because of the way that he was coming in. I think the hook may have possibly came out of the fish's mouth. They sure do know how to grow them here in Costa Rica, man. We got the sailfish closer to the boat and I realized that the hook did come out of his mouth. What I'm doing is I'm putting these Salt Life gloves on because billfish do have very rough bills. You really don't want to be grabbing on them, tear your hands up. All right, I'm gonna put some heat on them. I pulled the sailfish right up against the boat and handed my rod back to the mate and got in position to land the fish. Once I got him close enough, I reached down and grabbed him. And that sailfish was shaking all over the place and going crazy. The hook came out and actually hooked him in his back. So I got that hook out of his back and unwrapped the line from the fish. I ended up releasing him and letting him go, and he swam off just fine.
We'll be back for more Living the Dream right after the break. Living the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson is made possible by Salt Life Optics, unparalleled clarity and contrast. Cayman Islands Angling Club, come experience sport fishing in paradise. Papa's Pilar, never a spectator. Plantation on Crystal River, the place to stay and play along Florida's nature coast. And by American Fishing Wire. Fishing the current in Costa Rica. Captain Jimmy has landed a nice bull. and a sailfish determined to put on a good show.
One of the things we decided to do while we were here at Crocodile Bay was do one of the eco tours, and the one that we decided to do was the jungle tour. We went down this really cool country road, and we passed an area where we've seen a lot of cows and horses. The macaws really stand out because there's such a beautiful bird and there's so many of them here. The white-faced monkeys were everywhere. But we saw so many different types of monkeys. Some of them were completely black. They jumped around a lot too, but the same thing, you know, with those white-faced monkeys, they were jumping all over the place. Kinds of different wildlife that you can run into while you're out there. We saw some pretty crazy looking caterpillars on some leaves. So there's some really pretty frogs that you can run into out there in the rainforest. One of the things that was really cool to see was a sloth. Even though they don't do a whole lot, they just kind of hang out in the trees. If you are wanting to see a lot of wildlife, take the eco tour here at Crocodile Bay Resort. So after releasing that sailfish, we got our lines back out and we were trolling again. And one of the lures got hit again. Oh, he's on it, got it! So I'm fighting that dolphin in and it jumped and it threw the lure and ended up getting away. Through the poppers, all right, we're gonna get another one. There you go, Louisa. We had several dolphin that we had hooked up and they just started jumping all over the place and ended up throwing the lure and they got away. But that's part of the fun of it. That's why I like dolphin fishing a lot, is because you can just rehook another one right behind it, because dolphin are typically not traveling alone. And one of the lures got hit again, and Louisa picked it up. So Louisa's fighting this fish in, and she's got a really nice dolphin on, and she's working it really good and getting this thing closer to the boat. Oh, there he is. Yeah, nice one. When I actually got a good eye on him, I realized that the fish was also foul hooked. Her dolphin ended up being hooked in the belly. The hook must have came out of the mouth and grabbed him right in the belly. That's 2 fish in a row that we got that was foul hooked. So we had that fish gaffed and in the boat and in our hands. So that was another dolphin. So we were off to a really great start that day. All right, Louisa, good one. Woohoo! have you hold the gaff for me, Louisa, so I can free your hand up.
All right.
You can see here it's in his belly. Good thing this thing has a good barb in it. Try to get it out, man. Wow. What a hook. Dolphin are amazing to eat. They're my favorite fish to catch for a lot of reasons because they do hit about anything that moves. They jump all over the place. They're gorgeous fish.
Luck ain't got nothing to do with it.
And that's what we got it on right there is the turbo slammer. These things are killer for dolphin and smaller tuna.
Table, look 'em straight in the eyes.
All right, we just got this really nice dolphin here on the boat, and then we just started trolling. We saw a big school dolphin, so ready to catch some more.
Took a little bit to get them under control.
Yeah.
We had to get all the blood and the stuff cleaned up, but that's the fish that we just brought in on that turbo slammer.
Keep your cards down low and never let them know that luck ain't got nothing to do with it.
Pretty much right after Louisa caught that fish and we started trolling again, I ended up hooking another dolphin. Wow, we are in the dolphin, guys. Look at him jump. We were in the dolphin now because the dolphin were pretty much coming in one after another. So I got that dolphin closer to the boat and got it in gaffing range.
Vale la pena vivir y te lo
Captain Jimmy and Louisa are trolling for dolphin just off the shores of Costa Rica.
sigue sin fin.
Vale la pena sentir toda pena
They've landed fish
tan cambiante
after fish
como el llorar y reír.
after fish.
Más vale vivir en paz que morir arrepentido, porque si no se hace ahora, después no tiene sentido.
We were in the dolphin now because the dolphin were pretty much coming in one after another. Dolphin love hanging out on current lines and on structure because that structure attracts a lot of the little bait fish and other things that it's feeding on. We were trolling down a little current line that had a bunch of logs and sticks and other debris floating in it, and it was just loaded down with dolphin. So it was nice to have another big dolphin in our hands. And there it is on the stubby bubbler. Amazing colors on that dolphin. Wow. The current line was just loaded up with dolphin, and now we had a few in the boat already. The lures were back out, and then Louisa hooked another one. It was constant action this morning. So when we got that dolphin close to the boat, I reached down and grabbed it by its tail and pulled it in. All right, guys, I'm gonna tell you something that's really cool about Crocodile Bay Resort is they only allow you to gaff 5 dolphin per day. You don't need to keep more than you need. And so we're gonna release this one. That's why I reached down the water like I did and pulled them out. And again, this one's on the turbo slammer. And that's one of the reasons I do like Crocodile Bay Resort so much. Still doing very good. She's hiding over there, but this is her fish that she just reeled in. Another nice bull. He didn't take any time at all. So we started trolling down that current line since it was so full of fish, and Louisa hooked another one. Louisa was working it closer and closer to the boat to where I could go ahead and get my hands on it and grab it. And then I grabbed its tail and pulled that one in as well without gaffing it. That was another really nice lit up fish in the water. That's how the cows look. This one was on the stubby bubbler. Yeah, you are working it. I'm just gonna let you keep doing this.
I'll keep doing it.
Tear them up. Beautiful fish. You want to take that hook out and we'll let them go?
Yeah.
We're gonna get this fish back in the water, guys.
Let's do it.
Watch how good they swim off, too. It's amazing after that fight how well they swim off. Really cool being able to throw those dolphin back and watch them swim off, because a dolphin that size in Florida, I'm definitely bringing that thing home to eat. It's actually pretty amazing that we're able to pull them in the boat without having to gaff them.
Exactly.
The current line was just loaded up with dolphin, and now we had a few in the boat already. And then Louisa hooked another one.
I got it! Woo! Yeah! There's like 3 of them following him. This is amazing! Yes! Woo! This is just incredible. Yozuri popper, always getting the job done.
You look deep down in his mouth, that's a Yozuri hydro popper that he tore up right there.
For more fishing and diving action, follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at Captain Jimmy Nelson. Living the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson was brought to you by Salt Life. Live salty.